And then, here's another Lloyd story real quick. Holy shit. And then we'll call it a wrap.
Okay.
So we found out that we made our own, at that same cafe, that we made our own whipped cream. And they put out pies. Like,
you guys made your own whipped cream.
Right.
Okay.
So they had a fucking nitrous tank. So nitrous, you ever heard of people doing whippets? So all whippet is okay. Well, whippet is just one little nitrous,
exactly, like a gas.
And you waste all this other shit for a.
Okay.
We had a tank, a fucking like metal, fucking 6 foot tall tank.
Oh man.
So this other dude, and I worked with some characters up there. I was a character at the time. So I'm walking by, and I'm a cook there. This other cook goes, "Hey man, you know we make whipped cream, right?" And he can barely just stand there. And I'm like, and I'm already at this point at that level. So I'm like, is there nitrous back there?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Dude, I walk in and this thing's so tall, and I grab the tube and fucking flip it open. I'm like, I'm just taking it in. I turn it off, and there's these swamp coolers right there. And it's this little closet, like a little closet that had like the fucking whipped cream shit in a giant tank. That's all that was in there, like a fucking mop. And I come out, and it's just going wah 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 wah, and you're just like, holy shit, this is crazy. So you walk away, and it goes away. I don't know, like 4 minutes later, and you kind of have a headache, and then you do it again. It's one of the worst drugs. Like,
it sounds horrible.
With the payoff.
It's like all in your brain. It's like all head. I feel like it goes all just.
No, and not like in a.
But I've never done it. But that's what I'm just feeling.
It's now that I think about it, it's fucking horrible. It's cool if you're like at a Grateful Dead show and you buy a balloon. If you ever see people with balloons at like a Fish concert,
the heliums or whatever.
What people your age? What's the concerts they all do drugs at? Wow.
Oh, my people my age, they go to EDC. And
but like, is Travis Scott was the right?
Travis Scott is like the artist that you would go to, but there's way more. Even the worst artists, in my opinion, they're like
so
Lil Pumps and stuff.
So they have a balloon, that should be nitrous, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, dude, I start getting plans in my head, right? I'm like, motherfucker. I tell. I'm like, okay, guys. This was like on a Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm like, all right, motherfucker. On Friday night, I'm gonna fill up some balloons somehow, like 4 balloons, like a balloon each, and we'll go hit that fucking party, drink it, there's a big house party, whatever it was we were doing. There's a show, something, but I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get us each a balloon. I gotta figure out how to get them out of there, dude. Like 2 days later, like the day before the weekend. The nitrous tank has been known to the druggies for two days, 48 hours, maybe 72 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you hear something working. It's like a lunch rush. Everybody's banging. If I can hear somebody's like, dude, where the fuck is Lloyd?
Oh man.
Where the fuck is Lloyd? Dishes are backed up. And he was, he used to sit back there and bang, dude. And it was 150 degrees, just fucking, and he was in there. I'm like, oh no. And dude, me and this other dude look at each other and we're like, ooh. So we go walking back and it's busy. You've been at a cafe. Fucking, the wheel is flying. People are shitting themselves. Fucking waitresses are table hopping and putting in fire. Like, shit's in the fan.
Oh yeah.
We're in the weeds. Me and him both look at each other and both at the same time we're like, and we just walked real fast and we can fly out. And dude, we open the closet to the to the whipped cream closet. He's on the ground, wrapped around it with his legs like this. And this thing's tall. The fucking thing is just go, and he's just out. He fucking slobber.
Oh my God.
And we're like, oh, he's fucking dead. I thought he was dead. I'm like fucking smacking his face. I'm gonna bleep that. Fucking turn it off! It's a fucking nitrous. It's just blowing nitrous everywhere.
Oh wow!
Dude, the kitchen manager comes around. We're like, I don't know what's going on.
I can't believe they. Well, I mean, it's not like you could hide the nitrous gas from him, but it's like
okay. And now at this point, no management knows yet. It's all just us,
right? All the people,
the scrubs, dude, front, So we cleaned it up. I think we pulled him out of the closet and like shut the door. And then the manager was like, Lloyd, what's Lloyd doing? I'm like, I don't know, man. He's right here, dude. Like, what's wrong with him? Fucking guy. And we're like hitting him and going, I hope you're okay. At the same time, though, we're hoping he's okay.
Yeah.
But if I remember right, he was not found in the fucking whipped cream closet. But we pulled him out. He didn't die. I shouldn't say found. Manager comes over, we're like, oh, okay. Dude, we're all like, what the fuck? Well, after it wears off, you're okay.
Yeah.
You're just in a foul mood and you're just kind of pissy. It's like, oh, I gave you a bunch of joy. I'm going to fucking take it all back. It's like a shitty drug, really. But anyway, so then he's just sitting there. So he's okay. We're working. I'm like, man, fucking crazy. I'm like, whew, almost fucked up my weekend, right? Because I was going to get those balloons. I'd seen them at like concert. I was like, oh my God, we could have our own nitrous balloons. And, dude, come in the next day. Tank, gone.
Yep.
All ingredients, gone.
Yep.
Fucking ready whip behind like a lock cage.
Ready whip. That's funny.
I was like, that sucks. This other dude I worked with was furious. He was mad at Lloyd for months after that. Like, he'd be like, fucking, we'd all be partying. And if it was like, he was mad.
Yeah.
But he also, well, I guess we all had issues, but he also had some issues too. I wouldn't have been surprised finding him with his legs wrapped around the nitrous tank either.
I don't want to get all serious, but maybe Lloyd saved like everybody at the end of the day.
That could be true because he got rid of it. He took one for the team.
Yeah. Honestly. Because I'm thinking about it, if that would have lasted.
Well, it's butterfly effect too, right? You're hitting on the butterfly effect heavy. Hey, man.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Maybe we got our balloons and got in a car accident because of some shit. Like, seriously, you don't know, right? Like, that's how small it could be. But it did keep me from getting my balloons, which I'd go in and take a puff off the nitrous and be like, oh, that's crazy. And that was that.
Yeah. I
didn't like being fucked up at work, even though I would like to get fucked up.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't ever, even during when I was young and really going hard, I never messed with work.
Right.
I wouldn't smoke weed at work. Even when I worked at a restaurant and stuff, I had help a few times at work, like, but in Billings, Montana, like speed. It wasn't crystal meth because it was shit. It was crank, but it was the same thing. It's speed. It's just fucking get you going. And I did that at work when I was a cook. But other than that, I was never the guy who smoked weed, went to work, any of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was more like, oh, great. Fuck yeah, dude, we could get some balloons. But then, like you said, there's always somebody.
Well, that's crazy. I mean, these are all things I heard the first Floyd story. I never heard the second Floyd story about. I knew he had a drug addiction, a drinking problem. Never heard the story though of his nitrous gas.
I forgot about that.
Shutting
right
down
now.
That and then making ready whip a thing.
Dude,
like
24 hours later.
That's hilarious.
Somebody told somebody, and this was a little mom and pop on shit. And people were naive back then. People were fucking dumb. There's a reason everybody knows all that now. Where they count the fucking ready whips every night. Like shit like that. It's locked up like paint. You know how you go to Home Depot. Well,
whipping is now a thing though, and like
I'm sure
it's coming mainstream now. But like, yeah, whipping is a huge thing. But people are huffing whatever to get high. People will huff like highlighters and like markers and stuff. Like I've seen people,
oh fuck yeah.
Like
we rubber cement when I was younger, gasoline.
Yeah. Dude,
we came up on a dude once. We were in a bad part of town and we were fucked up. We walked around a corner to go into an alley, probably to do drugs real quick or walk to just get some privacy for a second in a shitty part of town.
Yeah.
And we're standing there and we hear this this fucking dude's we look over, he's like behind a dumpster against like a wall, and he's like, we were like, holy fuck. Dude, and he pulls the bag down, and his fucking face just had paint all over it. There's paint all over in the bag. He was just huffing paint.
Yeah.
And he was gone. But that's different doing drugs. Well, not to get that, but doing drugs, that's killing brain cells to make you feel fucked up.
Yeah.
That's different than taking a drug that, like,
opens your brain.
Opens your brain. Again, debatable. Yeah. I don't condone any of it. I don't do any of it. I'm retired. But there's difference. You know, when you huff gas,
Yeah.
you are just simply saying, I'm going to kill brain cells, fuck shit up enough that I feel fucked up.
Exactly.
If you drink a lot, at least drinking is at least, you know, better than gasoline, right? And then this is better than drinking, and then not doing any is the best, right? But if you're huffing paint and gasoline, that's just as core low as you get. Same fucking grocery store. Or same buildings with Tana. Before I worked at Elmer's, before I went to college, I worked at a grocery store. And worked up like bag boy produce, went through it. Dude, you get food stamps up there and you can't buy alcohol with food stamps. Some motherfuckers would buy bread and Lysol. And they'd make toast, and that's why I always say Lysol on toast. You know, I always joke about that. It's not funny, but I always joke about like, oh my God, Lysol. That's the same thing. That's just that pure alcoholism, where it's like it has nothing to do with the liquor or the beer. I need this alcohol. My body needs alcohol, and I will take it out of a fucking household cleaner.
Yeah, I know.
If I have to.
Yeah, people use like the spray bottles and like spray that in their tongue. Like I've heard of that crazy stuff.
Green lizards when you do shots of like Aqua Velva, which is aftershave cologne.
Oh, really? That's crazy,
dude. It's fucking nuts.
That's when you know you have
beyond a problem. That's when it's that core. It's that core alcoholism or addiction.
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 It's a problem with addiction on that part.
And then you go, and then they have to dig into that and figure out what's causing that and go time. You know what I mean? I'm sure Lloyd had a fucked up childhood. I'll tell you that.